up everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to go and explore craziness and chaos of 700 ELO games. So yesterday I played a couple of games of chess for fun and I just wanted to see how will I perform, can I get my rank up? And I'm currently around 700-800 in Blitz. And let me tell you, all of my new opponents, because I just recently got into this rating, are no better than my opponents from 300 or 500 rating. I just don't see much improvement. There may be some more knowledge of the opening or something, but these people get very easily confused, okay? So here I have prepared for you 3 different games and 3 different styles of how you can throw a chess game, especially in a low elo like this. So my opponents truly outplayed themselves, and it all started with game number 1 with my opponent called Brian Husky, who performed at an incredible 37% accuracy. I have 61.5, which ain't that much, but it's literally double of his accuracy, almost, So I played with the white pieces, of course I was blessed, so I went with the Italian, my favorite opening for white, and he let me do my fried liver, so I jumped with the horse. He takes the pawn immediately. Guys, it's move 4. My opponent already gave a horse for a pawn. Stockfish here says this is a miss. Black is actually winning by 1.1. I don't care. I just got a horse for a pawn, and that is how I count it, because I'm not playing against Stockfish, I'm playing against 700, So that's why I take it. So here my opponent thinks they're smart, they go queen h4, but d3 is just the simple solution that defends it all, and they go back, straight up back. So I don't know what my opponent was thinking here with queen h4, but as soon as they saw that I defended my horse, they were like, okay, I guess I go back, which is you had only one plan and it didn't work and now you're falling apart. So after that I make a mistake, horse to g5, but I didn't care. I wanted to continue doing my fried liver because I saw okay, I can still do, I'm still targeting the same thing. Nothing changed, I'm only +2. That's the only thing that's different, okay? So that's why I decided to do this, but of course my opponent has this move, which is d5. So I went back because I can't really take it, and my opponent develops his bishop, and here I develop my queen on f3. This is an inaccuracy, says Stockfish, but guys, listen up. I'm playing against 700, okay? So my opponent won't really see the things that Stockfish is seeing. So here I was again targeting this f7 pawn, which is very weak. So my opponent got very scared and he was like, okay, I'm going to castle up. Even though, again, Stockfish says this is an inaccuracy, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about what Stockfish says. I know 800s better than Stockfish knows, okay? So I know how to read my opponent's soul and truly intuitively feel which move they're going to play, because I'm already used to this craziness of a playstyle from my fellow beginners. So we have me taking this pawn in the center with the bishop, because now queen is defending this, so I don't care, I can finally take it, and I'm still targeting the same thing. Even though he's castled, my pieces are all looking at this f7 pawn. My opponent goes with the best move, attacking my queen. Congratulations to my opponent. And here I immediately, I'm not only shading my opponents here, guys, I'm shading myself in a way as well, because I'm just showing you how crazy these games can be, but you don't have to care. Here I blundered. They say that I permitted my opponent to win a knight throughout an eventual fork, and I missed an opportunity to capture a vulnerable pawn, blah, 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 blah. I didn't care, because I'm 700 and I'm playing against 700. Neither of us are Stockfish, so we kind of are allowed to make these mistakes because our opponents are going to give them back eventually. So look how I tricked my opponents. See where my pieces are looking, and look at this. This looks very mateable, right? So that's why I put my queen there, even though it's a blunder and my opponent has this fork or whatever. I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I'm going to mate you and you're going to let me do it. So I knew that my opponent was going to hang mate in 1, so I go with king d1, which is a great move all of a sudden. I'm attacking this knight and I'm pushing him away, and I'm telling him, please knight, move away, we don't need you here. just to play with my opponent's mind, because look at this knight, guys. This knight was here for a reason, you know, to take my rook, to be all like grandiose and to be like, wow, I outplayed you so much, I took your rook, you know. But my opponent didn't know that this was all part of my plan, because after he takes this rook, this should be a blunder. Like, he literally gave me a mate in one. So, Brian Husky here, they're estimating his elo, that's crazy, at 100 and mine at 600, you know? So I didn't really play the best as well. But I still managed to outplay my opponent by letting him outplay himself. So, when you're playing in these lower ratings, guys, you're going to advance and grow in your elo the most if you let your opponents do a couple of moves. Just like let them explore, let them like try out their plans, but show them that they can't really do them till the end, you know? So like I let my opponent off taking my rook here because I knew that that was what they were going for, and I knew that all of their attention and focus is on taking this rook. So that's why I decided to let him have it, because then I can literally win the game. So rooks are great, queens are great, but the king is the most important. So guys, please, when you're playing chess, king safety should be your number one priority. Don't be like Brian here. He literally didn't care about his king. He castled up and thought he was completely safe. So that's why chess.com is estimating him 100, okay? But no shame in that. I'm just like exposing this to maybe some higher level players who are watching this video to see like, to get nostalgic, to be like, oh, good old days, you know? And also to my fellow beginners to show them like how you can actually outplay your opponent by not doing anything like special, you know? You can just like move a piece and you're going to win because your opponents have no idea where they are. So we have then game number 2, Z Potter Chess, another American dude, this time 800. So they're like, what, 8 points of elo above me. Okay, so here I have 89.6% accuracy, which is a lot, and my opponent has 75.2, which ain't that bad, you know? This opponent was a little bit tougher, but like, that's like, we can discuss about it later after I show you the game. Here I go with Smith Mora because I don't like my opponents playing the Sicilian. I used to go with Alapin, but now I discovered Smith Mora, so that's a little bit more aggressive, that's why I like it. So I go C3, and then I develop my knight. He goes with E5, solidifying the center, and after that I was like, okay, actually won't. Actually no, actually like, your time has passed. You had a chance, you didn't take it, now I'm taking it. So after this, I developed my Italian bishop on c4. That's how I like to remember things, you know. This bishop, I call it Italian bishop when it's on c4. Because it's much more easier to remember things like that. And also like remember which opening was that. So here I defended myself from a check with this horse. They say that this is an excellent move, and after which I castle up, the best move, putting my king to safety, because king safety should be your number one priority. So after that, they trade up. I don't care. I take with this, and look at this. My opponent was so greedy for taking my e4 pawn that they really didn't know what was about to happen. Like, I think my opponent didn't think this through. They played this move in 3 seconds, so they probably didn't think it. So I took, how many? 5 seconds to take. So he had complete of 9 seconds, actually 8, to think about their move, and they decided to go with this one, which is not a very good move, guys. There is a reason why it's red, because we have rook to e1, a great move played by me, haha, congratulations, you know, because we're pinning the queen to the king. It ain't anything special, you all can see it. I'm not like saying like, oh my god, I did the best play ever. No, I literally did the simplest play ever, and I won because my opponents have no idea where they are, okay? So just look at this, like, in these low ratings, I have no idea how it is to play like in 15, 1700 or 2000. I'm advising my fellow beginners, don't care. Let your opponents do whatever they want, as long as you know that their plan ain't actually anything dangerous. So here I could have like tried to protect my pawn or something and be like, oh my god, you know, my pawn. But I was like, no, you mister, please, like, take this, you know. I want you to have all of the things that you want in life. Like, you know, make your wish come true. And he did it. He took the pawn. And I was like, thanks. So after that, I won a queen. He gave it for a rook. This was a check, so he blocked it with a horse. I took the horse immediately back. We traded it up. And I'm just like +5 here, chilling, you know, chilling. And I here took the pawn as well. And we walked around a little bit. This was, I have mate in 4, by the way. But this game went on a completely another dimension because I ended up in an endgame. Because here I decided like, okay, I took your queen, so I'm going to sack mine for a rook because I don't really care about, you know, dealing with your rooks. He didn't actually take this because if he took this up like this, then we have a back rank mate. So that's why my opponent decided to go with g6. Inaccuracy, but in my eyes, a good move. After which I took this because, you know, the rook is now pinned and can't really take this. Or take the queen because the bishop is the one giving the check. And after that, I took this up. I gave my queen for a rook. I didn't care. I was just like, let's simplify this position as much as possible. You know, just to end up in an endgame, push a pawn, and that's it. So look at this. I even gave 2 of my... Actually, I traded. Yeah, I gave one of my pieces for this. It didn't care. I took up the pawns. And after that, I just started, you know, going for a promotion because, you know, that's what you have to do. But like, what else can you do in this position? So I just walked up my pawn, got a queen, and was chilling. So I decided to go and end the game with an incredible promotion checkmate with a queen and a rook, which really, really felt nice to see. So they're estimating my rating to 1350, which is not a little, honestly. When you're 700, that means a lot to you, you know. So they're estimating my opponent's rating to 700, which is 100 elo points below his rating. So, you know, my opponent outplayed himself by taking that pawn, and it was just GG, you know, the whole time. So Z Potter Chess, a little bit better than my first opponent, Brian Husky. Very crazy names by these opponents. A little bit better play, definitely, but still, he literally, again, outplayed himself. I didn't have to do anything much. I just let him do his thing. I let him cook, and he cooked it up, but he burned the dish, you know. So we have the game number 3, which is the last game of this video. And this is the highest rated opponent, I think. Yeah. He's 824. So here I got my 800 rating because I beat Z Potter. These were 3 games in a row in one sitting, okay, guys? And it was just crazy. It felt so good to win. It was just like so as. Here I have 73% accuracy. My opponent has 59. Not so bad, but not so great either. And this person is, again, another USA citizen. Kithe. Okay, so we played 3 USA citizens here and beat every single one of them. So you can, in a way, say that I beat America in chess, which feels very nice, you know. So here we played this Caro-Kann. If you've been following me, if you have been on my live streams, watched any of my videos or shorts or whatever, you know that I hate playing against Caro-Kann. Okay, I hate it from the bottom of my soul. I hate seeing Caro-Kann on the board, but it is what it is. So here I was like, okay, let's try to crush this person's soul because they ain't going to play Caro-Kann ever again. Okay, I'm not allowing that. So that's why I decided to go like this, and then I push c4 to the max. You know, c-pawn to the max. It really, really confuses your opponent. So he does the same thing, but to me it's the excellent move, you know. But my opponent does it and it's the mistake. So do the math, okay, guys? Here we take the best move, he takes back, and here I do an inaccuracy by pinning this horse to the king. Oh no, but I don't care that it's an inaccuracy. It doesn't hurt my position so bad. Plus, I can now castle because I developed my bishop. He takes this. I was like, okay, thanks. I took it with a horse to attack this bishop, and he defended it like this, which was a good move. So I decided to push an e6. An inaccuracy because he can just take like this. So that's why I took with the horse. I wanted to trade this up. This is a mistake. This is an inaccuracy, but this won me a game. So my opponent goes with queen a5 check, And here, this is interesting. I got a little bit scared, not gonna lie. When I saw this, I was like, oh, you know, I gasped because he's giving me a check and at the same time he's attacking this. And this is under pressure. So like a lot of my pieces can fall just because of this move. So I was like, okay, let's develop a horse. And this is a mistake in accuracy. I'm losing a knight this way, but I was losing a knight anyway, and I didn't really care. So he took that up. I was like, okay, fine, let's castle up. And he goes immediately for a blunder. Why? Because here I gave a check first, and after that I took this up, and look at this. He can't take this because this is now pinned. So that move was an inaccuracy, but now I literally won a pawn because of that. And after this, he was like, okay, I'm pushing your bishop. So I took the horse because I didn't want my queen to be taken as well. And after that, I literally just won a rook. Like, this was so confusing to me because after this trade, like, he took that up and I was like, okay, so what am I going to do next in this position? And then I was like, wait, a free rook? Like, okay, thanks. So I took that up, of course. And my opponent goes with queen b6. I guess this is the idea. I don't know. So I took that up. Look at this. This is crazy. Like, I guess this was the idea, to go to b2 and like you know, mess with my position, attack my poor horse, which is also defended by this. Like, I don't know what was my opponent thinking, but this was crazy. He literally gave up a queen and gave up on the game as well. He was like, okay, GG, you won, because he outplayed himself once again. So we have 3 opponents, all similar rating and all outplayed by themselves. You know, I was just here chilling and looking at it and taking the win, and they were taking the L's. So here they're estimating my rating to 900. Pretty solid, not gonna lie. But I think I can go to at least 1200, you know, in the future. But sometimes I get like 1400 or like 2000 estimate. So it surely depends on how your opponent played as well. But my opponent played on a 550 ELO estimate, which is not so good for an 800 player. Like, because you already passed that. And I mean, you're still in the beginner category when you're 500 and when you're 800. But like 800 is a little bit, you know, more. It's like 300 ELO difference, you know, it's not a little, and it's for the worse, not for the better. So I'm not sure about how my opponents, either of them, performed in these games, but I wanted to show you how easy it actually is to crush all of these beginners. So guys, listen up. If you're a beginner and you want to learn chess and you want to grow your ELO, you want to farm it, you want to show it off, and you want to be like, haha, I'm this and that rating. Like, in these ratings, from literally 0 rating to like maybe 1000 rating, you can play in this type of style by not playing anything like spectacular. Just like, don't try to overdo things, I guess, because if you try to like do something so spectacular and make such a beautiful sacrifice attack, like, in the most scenarios, it won't be it. Of course, you can try it out. Nobody is telling you not to. But, like, it's very easy to win a lot of games in these ratings by just letting your opponent play whatever they want and playing solidly and just taking all of the pieces along the way, because they will give them to you, okay? They will do it. You just have to wait a little bit. So pressure your opponent, ask them a couple of questions, and they're going to like immediately give you everything that they have. So if you like this playstyle where you're like plus 14, just, you know, just chill, just do a couple of good moves. You don't have to like overthink, is this an inaccuracy or a mistake? Like, you're no Magnus Carlsen, you shouldn't care, you know, you're maybe like 600. Like, it doesn't matter. At our level, it doesn't matter how many mistakes you have. Of course, you're going to have them. But what matters is that you advance and that you win games and that you, like, grow. So if you want to do it, like, literally just as presented from these games, just don't care and just, like, play moves, you know. It ain't anything spectacular, but it is crazy. It is chaotic. And I love how my opponents are really, really generous. So maybe they're all just fans. I don't know, guys, but after these games, they definitely will become. So that is it for my games. This video is already 20 minutes long, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching these games. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and feelings on this, especially if you are in this type of rating. Like, did this motivate you in a way? Because I just wanted to show this so that my fellow beginners can see that it ain't that hard and that you can actually win a lot of games by just, letting your opponent have the time to give you their pieces. Because they will. They definitely will. So guys, that is it from me. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and like this video if you liked watching it, of course. And have a nice day. Just play some good chess. Don't stress. And that is it from your chess doctor. See ya in the next one. And thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye.